Is America failing? Is this the end of America as we know it? Or is this the wild rantings of some lunatic who all of a sudden finds himself in the beginning of trying to figure out how to start an evening broadcast by saying something pithy and punchy and exciting? Do I know what I'm talking about? Is this true? Am I overreacting? What do you think? Will America ever come to an end? Is America even possible? Is it possible for America as we know it to come to an end? And if it does come to an end, what does it look like? How do you know when it's over? Are we going to be all behind barbed wire or bob wire, as they say? How do we know it's over? How do we know this is the end of something? How does all of this make any sense to you? How? Could we ever actually lose our liberty? Because is that possible? Or is that something that we just say? Is that something that we just say because we're just, you know how we are. We're always yelling and screaming about this. The end of the time, and that's when it's all. Is that Alex Jones talk? What's going on here? Will America ever cease to exist? Will it be called China too? No. Will it ever lose itself? No. Will it ever die? Will it ever be the death of America, where America doesn't exist anymore? No, not really. No. It doesn't work like that. But what do you call it? Well, it's hard to say. It's important and it's critical for you to recognize what it is that makes us the best. And have we always had it? Have there been worse times? I think so. The Alien and Sedition Act. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to stand up and I want you to say, listen, things are still better than you could imagine. I don't want you to just become too wrapped up in this thing. I know it's very simple, very easy for us to lose sight, but listen to what I'm telling you. America will never end. What form America is in is another story. But if you think this is the end, and please like this. Please like this. This is so important. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, CL. See what CL did? CL liked it. Thank you, CL. Kevin Robb says, did you ever think it would be what it is today? Yeah, pretty much. I think so. America will always be by name, but not reputation. Michael Hogg, very interesting. Love the picture, by the way. Love it. Frightening, yet calm in a strange way. I want you just to do me a favor and just calm down for just a second. Just do me a favor. Calm down. Take it easy. That's all I want to say. Now, before we begin, let me also say that it's important for you to like this video, subscribe to the channel. Please, I ask you this. And also, I ask another great thing. Please, our dear friends at MyPillow, give our friends a nice shout out at mypillow.com. Huh? You talk about America. Look at these great people. You use promo code Lionel. Look what they've got. Look, Mike Lindell, the beautiful people, MyPillow, the 20th anniversary limited editions. They've got the biggest bed sheets. They've got, just look at this. Do yourself a favor. Mattress toppers. God bless them. Use promo code Lionel and get a free gift. $20 value. No purchase necessary. Go there right now. Okay. So first I want you to do me a favor. I want you to take it easy. I want you to take a deep breath. I don't want you to think that everything's great. Don't worry about it. No. But I don't want you to wallow in this sense of doom. I don't want you to be a Cassandra. I don't want you to think that there's so much that we're doing that is great. There is so much that we're not going through. We're not in a world war right now. We're not in a depression. We're doing, believe it or not, I want you to look around you. I want you to look around. Do what Mrs. L says. She says, go to malls. Go just look at people. I went to the airport recently. My God, it's packed in the morning, in the afternoon. Ain't we got fun? People are in movie theaters. People are out buying. Go to malls. Go to my favorite place to go, the Cheesecake Factory. Did you ever see the Cheesecake Factory? I love that place. Oh, Olive Garden. Mrs. L was in recently the Olive Garden. I forget which one was it. We were out of town. Holy moly. Packed. Loads of people. Now, granted, it's not, the French Laundry, but so what? There's a lot of good here, but I want it to be better. Don't get me wrong. I want it to be better. And I want to make things better. And it's like I'm your physician. And I'm your physician. I'm going to tell you, listen, at best, they say that maybe you might live to, at best, with all original parts, maybe, whatever it is, maybe 110. They say that is about the extent that, I mean, there's exceptions, but now what quality of that's going to be, I don't know. So I don't want you just to live. I don't want you just to exist. I want you to be happy. And I want you to flourish. And I want you to be able to speak. And I want you to be able to enjoy all of the wonderful aspects of life. That's all. Because I'm telling you, we're down. And I don't blame you. It seems tough. You've got, there's just so much negativity, but it's mindless negativity, mindless. If you want to fix something like us, what we need to do is we need to do something first. We need to get rid of these political parties. We need to get rid of these political parties. Do you understand? Do you understand what I'm saying? We need to get rid of these political parties. They do absolutely nothing. They get in the way, and they do nothing but obscure and obstruct and detract and distort and distract us from what's going on. Number one, who do not be a part of a political party. Parties mean nothing. Ask yourself, what is it that I believe in? What are the things that really mean something to me? And you know what? They change. I give you a new menu every 4 years. It's a new menu. It's a different time. It's a different restaurant. What do you have? Here's the menu. Well, this isn't what I want. Well, that's not on the menu. Well, I don't like Trump. What do you got between Trump and you got Biden? What do you want to do? Right now, as it is right now, you got Trump and you got Biden. That's it. Now, Biden's probably going to step out, probably going to be replaced by Gavin Newsom. So you got Gavin Newsom and you got what? Maybe Trump? Maybe that's it. You don't get a lot of choices here. You might think there's some choices. Everybody's going over this Doug Burgum, the North Dakota governor. Why do they say he's he's terrific, he's great? Is he really that great? I don't know. So understand. You see what I just did? I just made your choices. It's probably going to be Trump versus whatever it is. Now listen, one thing you got to understand. You can sit there at the menu and you can say, I hate this. I got this Trump thing. I don't like Trump. I say, there's nothing else on the menu. What are you going to do? Not vote? Not eat? That's it. You got Trump and you got the other one. The other one is like eating cardboard. Recognize what Donald Trump represents. Listen, I'm not a Republican. And I'm not a Trump fan. I'm not his, he's so great. No, that's what they're doing to him now is like beyond, it's a whole different argument. Now I'm looking at him and I'm saying, why have they done this to him? How have they been allowed to do this to this man for this long? How do they do this? That's all I'm saying. That's all. Now, a couple of things here. First and foremost, you want to sit around and talk about the usual stuff? Fine. But I want to make sure that for this particular spectrum, we talk about some good stuff. Now, the best thing that's ever happened, I'm telling you right now, is Bobby Kennedy. I know people say, oh, God, Bobby Kennedy. Somebody said his voice. The hell with his voice. What do you care about his voice? This is somebody who doesn't know what they're talking about. This is somebody who doesn't really understand what they're talking about. His voice. I don't care about his voice. What about Biden's voice? What is the number one issue right now? The number one issue. Tell me right now, in your own words. The number one issue, my dear friend. Number one in the hit parade. Tell me, what is it? Number one. What's the number one issue that you think is the most critical? Tell me right now. What's the number one issue? Mine is very, very simple. Law and order. Here, domestically. Everything else I can worry about later on. Law and order. I want to be able to go out and I want to say, you know what? You don't mess around here. Law and order. Making sure criminals have this idea where they say, I don't care. Don't try anything in this country. They are bad. Do not do anything. Not there. Don't think about victimizing somebody there. Don't go into that store and trash this bodega owner or this guy who owns a 7-Eleven. Not in this country. That's the last thing you want to do. Not in this country. Don't even think about it. You hear what I'm saying? Wouldn't you love that? Wouldn't you love that? Wouldn't you say, hey, what do you think about America? It's a great place. Don't try anything there. They are serious. Remember during the old day, during the, remember that kid, what was it, Singapore? That kid who was going to get caned. Remember that? Remember that in Singapore? Remember that? It was really interesting. It was Singapore. And they said, well, what about that? Whatever you do, don't cane. I mean, don't vandalize property. They'll give you the cane. You know what I would say? I'm not going to vandalize property. That's a pretty stupid law. That's excessive. That's draconian. I'm not going to vandalize a property. I hate Singapore. I hate those people, theoretically. But I'm not going to vandalize a property. I'm not going to vandalize a property. I'm not going to vandalize a property. That's their law. They must really not like vandalism. They must really not like vandalism. Now, let me tell you something right now. What if I told you something? Listen, starting January of 2025, not 2024, 2025, January 1st, 2025. If you are involved in X, whatever it is, we're going to put you on a courthouse lawn and set you on fire. Let's say it's Medicare for all. I don't know. Pick something. January 2025. If you do it, touch a kid, whatever it is, set you on fire. What? That's right. Well, that's terrible. Are they serious? Yes. Well, that's awful. You know how the best way to protest that? Yeah. Don't touch a kid. And if you don't touch a kid, that punishment goes away. Isn't that something? It becomes extinct. If you don't hurt somebody, it goes away. See, one of the problems I've always had with the death penalty, the reason I don't like it is because they're executing the wrong person. But I would say, I don't kill anybody. If everybody just stops killing somebody, first degree murder, by the way, not second degree, not heat of passion, not depraved mind and all that. But somebody says, you know what? Don't do it. Don't do that. If you do this, if you touch a kid, they will. Don't do this. So whatever the particular, sounds good to me. What do I care? And I've been having a difficult time. I want people. I want there to be. I do not want a very compassionate criminal justice system for bad people. First timers, yeah. Probation, yeah. Victimless crime, yeah. True victimless crime, true. Yes. I don't want to get somebody who does something stupid. Somebody who's a first time, shoplifter. No, touch a kid. That's it. And I want to do whatever it is that I have to do to shock people into not doing it. I told you what my friend said in China. When he lived in China, they said, they don't do this here. They gave people the death penalty for bank fraud. No, that might be excessive, but you know what? I've had it. I have had it. There is a brand new form of criminal. There's a brand new form of vermin. There's a brand new iteration of humanity that is so horrible and so rancid and so disgusting and so vile. This person needs to be expurgated, Baudelarized. You understand what I'm saying? Baudelarized, completely ablated from the world. You know what I'm saying? Now, a couple of things here. I am so sick and tired of hearing all about this business about President Biden's blunder. President Biden's blunder. He blunders. Let it go. Do you understand? Do you understand? I know this. He makes gaffes. You understand this? Next, I don't care about Anheuser-Busch anymore. I don't care. I don't care. It means nothing to me. Nothing. Nothing. Now, social media lights up after Chris Christie's very New Jersey gift to Zelensky. I don't care. And when I say this, I'm looking at the Fox News. This is the Fox News headlines. So, more brutal news for Bud Light as brand spiral continues after Mulvaney fiasco. Who cares? What is going on here? Do you know what I saw the other day, which was the most... Did I see this correctly? Did I say this? I don't know if you saw this, but this is the most important thing in the world. Did you see the I guess this was from a while back. Don't ask me, I saw this today. Richard Gage from Architects and Engineers for 9/11 Truth with Patrick Bet-David from Valuetainment. Am I seeing this? Are they actually a lot? Are they No. They're not talking about 9/11, or that can't be. No. Something's happening. Have you noticed this? They're talking about things like geoengineering. Geoengineering? You mean like chemtrails? They're talking about this? Really? And how many people now are coming out of the woodwork about vaccines? How many people, have you noticed this? They're coming out of the woodwork about vaccines. If this is just, do you think something's changing? Do you think we're really going to get back to maybe the old days? Do you think anybody really would ever want to reconsider, maybe want to look at 9/11, maybe to see how we can prevent it, and some of the facts that were adduced that may not have necessarily been true? Do you think that's even remotely possible? Is that possible? Do you think so? Did you think? You don't think anybody went? I even heard him mention Building 7. Are you? Wait a minute. Have I been in a coma? I don't think people want to. Do they want to hear this? Boy, would I love to do a show. I do that on my private channel, but never in public. Never. Oh, no. I learned my lesson. Oh. You see, I think you know me. I hope you do. I hope you know me. I very, very rarely ever make these, what's the word? I never make these grand statements about causation. Well, there you go. So-and-so did this. So-and-so. Remember when people were saying, it's Dick Cheney. Dick Cheney. Dick Cheney was responsible for 9/11. What are you talking about? People, yeah, you're right. Thinking, wait a minute, Dick Cheney? No. And I used to say, whoa, wait a minute, hold it. Where are you getting this from? I mean, it's not out of the question, but you just don't. There are people who hated Dick Cheney. That's on my private channel, by the way. And I want to teach you. I want to sit and say, let's look at the evidence first, and we'll worry about this later. When you look at the Gilgo Beach murderer, let's look at the evidence first before we start off with him. That's the guy. Now let's make the evidence fit. No. Look at the evidence first, and then see if it leads to him. Do you know what's happening? Do you know? Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to me. Think about this. How many times have you seen the Zapruder film and we're still talking about who killed JFK? Let me say this again. If you look at the Zapruder film and you know absolutely nothing about anything, and you don't immediately say, somebody shot him from the front, not to mention the windshield that they replaced with a hole in it, which to me is just, what? We're still talking about that. Do you understand what I'm saying? We're still talking about that. I know people who are saying, this Gilgo Beach killer. Do you like murder mysteries? You like true crime? What about JFK? Well, that's the best one ever. That's the best one ever. Do you remember from Star Wars my favorite scene? It was Obi-Wan, I think, who said, these aren't the droids you're looking for. These aren't the droids we're looking for. Remember that? He just told them that. And by virtue of his mind, he could make people think things. And you're told, there's nothing to see here. Lee Harvey Oswald did this by himself, okay? Okay. I want you to go see Patrick Bet David, Valuetainment, and I want you to see Neil deGrasse Tyson, the biggest shill of them all. Attack him. And they were talking about vaccines. This guy is such a shill, such a Miyazark, such a mark, such a gatekeeper. You can't believe what you are hearing. Do you hear this? I want everybody to be aware of the truth. And I want everybody to know what the truth is. And I want everybody to say, oh, I get it. I'm understanding what's happening now. I get it. I understand. Yeah, that's interesting. I want people to say, I didn't know that. This Patrick Ben David, very good. I've seen him in a couple. I mean, he has on. Did you see him with Anthony Weiner? Oh my God. If the government tells you tomorrow, we have this problem, we have a problem, a real pandemic with human papillomavirus, condyloma acuminata, venereal warts. And we want every child to be vaccinated with against HPV. Do you have the right to say, no, not according to Neil deGrasse Tyson, because he bought in. Oh, I'm thinking, wait a minute. This is why we need a new way of thinking. There are people like us that say, excuse me, Democrats, Republicans, we all meet together. Wait a minute. What are you saying now? Yes, you're right about this. We have to protect people, and we have to make sure that people are not going around spreading diseases. You're absolutely correct. 100%. I told you this one day. I said, if you found out somebody had hepatitis and they're going around just infecting people, just coughing and whatever, you might have the right to quarantine them against their will. Absolutely. If there are people going around with the HIV virus, having sex with people, infecting them, you don't think we can have some kind of say, maybe imprisoning them, charging with attempted murder? You damn right we can. Oh, absolutely. So keep that over there. Do you mean to tell me you have no say? I can hold you down and make you take something? Do you know what happens once I cross that blood-brain barrier and I start say, wait a minute. Do you think a child, let's assume a parent, two parents, mom and dad or mom and mom or whatever it is, decide that their child should have gender-affirming surgery. And the child says, I don't want it. But the parents say, yes, you will have it. The same way a lot of children say, I don't want tonsillectomy. I don't want, I don't want to get my bones set. I mean, I don't know why anybody say that, but do you think that'll happen? Better believe it. The question we must all ask as Americans, what right do you have to your body? When can my philosophical, ideological, religious, political ideas traverse that which is usual and force you to have something done which you initially do not want done? This is the most critical issue there is. And if you don't see this, and Neil deGrasse Tyson was talking about we owe some kind of a duty, some contract. It's like, what are you talking about? Can you not understand this? Years ago, there was a case involving biomedical martial law and the like, when people would ask the following questions. You are a Christian Scientist. You believe in prayer. You believe in prayer only. You don't believe in medicine. You don't believe in doctors. You don't believe in anything. And you have a child who suffers from some particular malady, and that child is going to die. And it is within not only a reasonable degree of medical certainty, but an absolute certainty that unless your child gets this operation, your child will die, whatever it is, whatever, just in your own mind. Okay. Do you as a parent have the right to forego that because this conflicts with your belief in religion? Yes or no? Even though your child's going to die, you say, I want prayer only. I'm the parent. I believe in parental primacy. Wait a minute, hold it. You see what we're doing here? We're weighing the equities. We're weighing rights. We're weighing, wait a minute. Yes, you have rights. Yes, you have parental primacy. Yes, you have parental autonomy and authority. Yes, and sovereignty, you know that. But this child needs a transfusion, or this child is going to die. Absolutely guaranteed. Assuming arguendo, that's the case it is. How does that work? Courts have been figuring this out. This is nothing new. But what if that said to that child, it's you, and you say, I don't want this. I don't want this done. I don't want this. I don't believe in this. I am afraid of this. I don't care for this. I don't like this procedure, this medication, this whatever it is. I don't want this. I've joined the military. We're going to go overseas. We have to take vaccines. I don't want to take that. I don't want to. I don't want to have this particular. Are you saying you have no rights? Now, what happens when you have this? What if you have a child? What if you have a person who has a child who, let's say, is, for lack of a better word, intellectually challenged. They used to say retarded, but we don't say that anymore. This kid is sexually active, keeps getting pregnant over and over and over. And let's say, furthermore, in my hypothetical, it passes on this genetic anomaly. Do you think we as society have the right to tell this person, you're going to have to get your tube stopped? We're going to sterilize you. Why? Because you keep having kids who have this disease. Kids that have this disease that you can't take care of. How do you figure this out? These are the issues we're going to have to deal with. And it's happening right now. Do you think this is brand new? No. How do we do this? We weigh the equities. We balance the issues. We balance the equities, balance the concerns. This is where we are right now. This is why we need sentient, sapient, smart people who do not belong to a political party, who look at things the way they are. They're realists. And they look at things the way they are. I guarantee you, the first person who ever came up with the notion of amputation, they probably said, you are a barbaric. We got to cut this leg off. He's going to die. Cut this leg off? That's barbaric. We're going to cut it off. Why? Because he's got gangrene. He's going to die. But that's brutal. He's going to die. You see, life's like that sometimes. Sometimes you got to make some decisions that are like, really? How do we do that? Who makes these decisions? Who does this? This involves not a very smart society, but a society that understands critical thinking. That's all. I want them to be able to make critical thinking. I want them to be able to understand this, and I want them to be able to understand and grasp this notion. Let me give you a couple of ideas. This is some of the stuff I've been talking about. This is the stuff on my, as we say, the private. Hang on a minute. This is it. And these are some of the things. Here we go. The totalitarian woke disinformation and censorship matrices on full display. That was today's early morning. Then I would jump to Trump's lawyers accused Jack Smith of trying to silence DJT as Pop's top political opponent, meaning Biden. And then finally, Oliver Stone admits that voting for enfeebled warmonger Biden was a colossal error. Little by little, bit by bit, we're having people who used to be prototypical lefties. Now they're saying this is a different story. You understand how great this is? This is a list right now of groups of people from all over the place who are coming out of the woodwork who are saying, you know what? This doesn't make this is not our guy. This Democratic Party is not our guy. Maybe it's Bobby Kennedy. Maybe it's somebody else. This is the greatest news I've ever seen. I cannot tell you enough how happy I am. This is the greatest news we have seen. There are people who are actually coming out of the woodwork saying, no, we're going to do something. We're going to do something different. Jewel says, I'm ready to go bye-bye. Society is too far gone for me. No, it's not. No, it's not. Absolutely not. This is nothing. Jules, you don't know what you're talking about. We haven't even gotten started. People have been saying this since the beginning of rights. Rebecca says, I'm sick of human rights violations. I am too. Keep going. Don't lose your anger. Don't lose your disgust. Don't lose that. But understand something. Don't put it merely into complaints. Put it into some type of political motion, political action. That's all I'm saying. That's what we're here for. Put it into some kind of action. I want you to vote and vote and vote and vote. And I want you to change people's minds. And I want you to call your people. It's still the elections. They still matter. That's what we're going to do. All right, dear friends. You have a great time. I had a hell of an afternoon. I told you it was on my friend Anthony Cumia's show today. Did an hour and a half straight. Loved it. Talked about everything from time travel to physics to AI, AGI. He's one of the best people around, one of the smartest. So anyway, I thank you. I thank you so much. Thank you so much for who you are. Thank you for showing up all the time. Thanks to you for supporting me. Thanks for liking the video, for hitting that little bell, for subscribing to the channel. And thank you for being nice to our sponsor, mypillow.com. Great people. All right, so my friends, you have a wonderful day. Please do not lose faith. Do not lose faith. As the great Cam Fong, as Chin Ho said, we're all in this together, brother. All right, dear friends. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great and a glorious day. And don't forget these final words. The monkey's dead. The show's over. Sue you. Ted.